All right, let's see how this goes. Um, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's dropping frames. What the heck? Stats. Yeah. All right, so I think I do need the custom fan profile, or else I'm not going to be able to sustain boost. Um, can I even sustain boost? All right, okay, there we go. Um, I think. Let's see how that goes. Okay, you know what? Fuck this. Let me just do full tilt. Full blast. Can this sustain? Yes, yes, right. Mhm. All right, let's try. So anyway, back to my own life. Let's see what it does. Let's watch it a little bit more. Christelle, welcome back. Or wait, is my microphone on? Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. I've got a bunch of tabs open right now. Oh fuck, dropped a frame. Um, the camera isn't show. Well, I mean, I guess my here's my hand. Yeah. So what I'm actually doing is I'm trying to. Actually, I don't know if you were here. I found a MacBook in the recycling. So I took it out and I want to use it as a just like a dedicated like streaming laptop. And basically, the most I'd want it to do is, just kind of be able to throw a webcam and, the usual stream up. Um, but it was kind of overheating when I tried it, so I did the copper shim mod and like added new thermal paste and used like heat pads and stuff. So right now I'm just kind of stress testing it and seeing if this thing can sustain you know a basic stream load. 2017. It's I mean I guess the full thing is it's one of the 16 gig RAM i5 models from 2017. So actually I can give you the actual CPU. I think it's a 7360U with 16 gigs DDR3 because KB Lake was weird like that. Um, nice. It would be nice if it could sustain, you know, the boost frequency indefinitely, but it can't. Right now, it's jumping between 3.4 and 3.6, which I think is a little better than before, especially since it's doing that at about 80 degrees Celsius. With liquid metal, I am tempted to do that. It's just, from what I've read, um, at the end of the day, so this is one of the 13-inch ones, is the thing. So it's the 13-inch it's one of the 13-inch iMacs with the or sorry 13-inch MacBook Pros, sorry, with a 7360U in it. And the main issue with that series or that lineup was that there's only one fan. You know, it's like a single heat pipe, single fan cooling solution. So from what I've heard, you don't actually get much benefit from going to liquid metal because at the end of the day, the bottleneck seems to be just you know only having one heat pipe. So I think if I were go to do liquid metal, I'd also have to do like a heat pipe mod or something, and maybe like add another heat pipe plus heatsink somewhere. And once it gets that involved, I'm at that point I'm like, does it really make sense to invest more money in this in this laptop I pulled out of the recycling bin, right? Um, so so right now I thought thermal paste, copper shim, thermal pads I think were kind of trivial enough fixed or I guess upgrades so to speak that I could do without really worrying about it. But once it gets into like okay I have to like machine a new heat pipe plus mounting thing plus all that crap, it starts to get a little bit yeah, involved, right? So I am considering that, but I think it only makes sense after I do like a full like. Actually, what I really want to do is I want to machine a replacement base for the Mac, and then just have the entire base be just like a bigger block of like aluminum, and then put heat pipes on it, and then do the liquid metal to that. Because I think then the passive cooling should be enough to justify the liquid metal upgrade, right? Um, Actually, yeah, it's sustaining somewhere between 3.4. So touch the back. Yeah, so right now I'm doing that. I got 3 millimeter ones because it seemed like the 2 millimeter ones weren't. I had some spare 2 millimeter ones, and it didn't seem like the contact was that good. So I went to 3 millimeters. And and yeah, so like the issue, I maybe not really an issue, but like right now it's oh well okay so the something's going on because of the boost frequencies dropping. What just happened? Um, oh no, never mind. It's coming back up. I think it's just kind of yeah. So what used to happen is just having OBS open, not even streaming. Let me close my laptop. Sorry, that's wasting power. So I did do thermal pads, and I think with all the so yeah, sorry. So I used GC Extreme for replacement thermal paste. I'm using 3 millimeter kind of like basic thermal pads for dissipating to the back, and then I also used copper shims because it looked like the thermal paste wasn't fully spreading out. Um, I used a zero point 0.1 millimeter copper shims to bridge between the CPU die and the heatsink. And with that, I think, or at least from what I stress tested before, I can do. It's supposed to be able to, sustain boost at max fan speed, um, and it levels out at like 80 degrees Celsius, which is better than before because before I did any of these modifications, it sometimes could sustain boost depending on the room temperature, but it would be max fan speed and then uh, 95 degrees Celsius. So there's at least a 15 degrees Celsius improvement in within all those things. I didn't do it super rigorously. But what I really wanted was to have the fan sit at like 4K RPM and then, be able to sustain boost because beyond 4K it gets really noisy. Um, so yeah. But anyway, I'm for the time being I'm kind of satisfied with this. I'll let it sit and stream, and that's kind of what this stream is for, just to see what the actual sustained load or what it kind of settles to long term. I think it's pretty consistently between 3 point. Sometimes it dips to 3.3. So let's say the boost frequency is about 3.3 to 3.6. Temperature is about 80 degrees, sometimes 78, sometimes 82 from at the moment anyway. And then the fan is like 6K, sometimes max. Battery health, um, it's let's see. I actually don't know. Since I found it in the recycling, I assume what happened was someone replaced it. Um, because I don't get any of the battery diagnostics. Um, or yeah, it just says service recommended, but it gives you that like third party battery warning. Um, so I assume whoever used to use this laptop replaced it at some point. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it's okay, I think I could do the battery upgrade, but also like I plan to just run it plugged in most of the time anyway. Uh, so it's exactly, exactly, yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, um, yeah, it's kind of it's like, do I? Yeah, it's kind of it's difficult to figure out if I should really like how much time I really should invest in it. Yeah, um, yeah. I mean, so as long as I just leave the computer as is and I don't open any random apps or anything, then I think it so far it's been able to sustain just the stream at 30 FPS um, without dropping frames. And I'm also recording at the same time, so there is also that. However, if I do something like just now, where I tried to open up the system, like what do you call it, the system settings, then it does it does load the system enough that it starts to throttle, which is kind of stupid, but whatever. I mean, at least it can do this. Before, it couldn't even do this. It would just constantly throttle the CPU when trying to actually run OBS. So the fact that I can just, if I just leave the computer like this, it'll stream and it won't drop any frames, I think is already enough of an improvement for me. Um, I do wish, I guess in total I spent about $30, $40, cleaning this up and between the thermal paste and the copper shims and the heat pads probably spent about $30, $40. So in spite of that, I would have liked a little bit more performance, but beggars can't be choosers, right? So um, yeah, but yeah, so I'm just gonna. So that's just kind of most of today's stream. I have some stuff I need to set up. That's what this camera is for. It's actually pointed at the optical table. Um, but I need to order some stuff for our experiment. So I'm gonna do that first. Yeah. Don't forget to. Actually, I forgot to bring my water bottle. I gotta go. Once I think maybe I should get my water bottle. Um, but uh, sorry, what I was gonna say is I'm going to. I'm probably not gonna stream too late today, so I'll probably head home and it won't be a long stream. Is I guess my point. Well, I mean, I guess it might be a long stream, but I won't do a lot, so I'll probably be okay. But yeah, maybe I should go get my water bottle. Um, yeah, thanks. Let's see. Yeah, but let me put this order in. Um, yeah. Oh, you know, sorry, I just want this is in regards to ordering stuff, but I realized someone gave us a heads up in the Slack for our research team. Apparently, there's a kind of an annoying new manager at the post office, and because of that, if we don't put an actual okay, let's see. So message from the mailroom. If you ship anything via USPS from now on, you have to have a street address and not just the building name, or else it'll be sent back to sender. Um, I don't know if this is necessarily via USPS. Uh, this is so confusing. And actually, one thing I will do, and maybe I should just buy the Intel Boost, the jig. Um, oh wait, no, I uninstalled it. This is gonna make the stream lag a little, I think. But Turbo Boost switcher. I think part of the issue is that tried undervolting. Um, maybe I should. Um, I'm using Mac OS just because when I tried to run Windows on this thing, it kept giving me a blue screen. Even doing it through Boot Camp, which was honestly kind of the weirdest part of that whole experience. But you know, it's been a kind of a funny laptop. But basically, Windows is a little tough to use, and I'm not really sure how to do undervolting in Mac OS. Um, and I'm also not quite sure how to. But yeah, maybe I should look into that because it's so close to being like usable. And undervolting doesn't really require any money, right? So, or usually doesn't anyway. It's turbo boost switcher. The main issue I think is that it's trying to throttle. Do um. So maybe I can use turbo boost switcher to force turbo. Um, and then we can use the custom fan profile to. What is it doing now? Oh, it's turning it off. Okay, sorry. Enable turbo. Thank you. Um, and will that pin it? I guess is the question. Because I think I'm watching the graph right now, and it looks like whatever the default macOS behavior is forcing the turbo speed down constantly, and it's trying to fight between getting it back up and not. Let's see. Like, I don't know why it's not smart enough to know that it has thermal headroom to boost. Let me see. macOS Thunderbolt. I know there's throttle stop for Windows, but that's one issue, right? I don't have access to Windows for some stupid reason. Uh, let's see. There's voltage shift for as well and not KB. It seems like something that should exist, though, right? That makes sense. Let's see. So as of 3 years ago, people are saying you can't in Mac OS, and you can't in Mac OS after 2016. That's it. Yeah. I mean, maybe that means I just have to find a way to get Windows to run on this thing, but like it looks like throttle, or it looks like Turbo Boost switcher isn't helping, so let's kill that. Let let this default do its default thing. Um, we'll look around a little more. And I'm not in a rush to really do the work. I mean, it's the weekend, right? I'm technically not even supposed to be here, so even if I don't get as much work done, it's probably not. Um, oh, in fact, it looks like throttle stop doesn't even work on on post 2016 models too. Huh? Uh, okay. Well, how about this? Let's max out the fans again because we saw some weird behavior where earlier maxing out the fans actually dropped the force speed, which is very strange. But let's auto force max fan speed. See, try to see why that happens. Like, I mean, I feel like it'd be hilarious if it's something like the fan shares a power budget with the rest of the system or something, and it takes away from CPU power or something. That would be hilarious. Um, actually, yeah. See, it max fan speed, and it goes down to the base clock. Why is it not forcing boost? Let's see. Let me try turbo boost switcher again. Um, Mac OS. It just works until it doesn't. Is there a component that's maybe throttling because it's too hot? I mean, every sensor shows stuff below 70 degrees, so I don't know why. Okay, well, how much does Turbo Boost Switcher cost? Part of the reason why I went through all that trouble is because it costed money to get the full version of Turbo Boost Switcher. But if it isn't that expensive, maybe I should just buy it so I can get all the functionality. How much is this? $10. I mean, honestly, the Pro version actually has a decent number of features. Maybe I should just buy it. You like peanut butter? Uh, mm, it depends, I suppose, is the answer to that question. To be really honest, I kind of don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I feel like a lot of the peanut butter is either like too sugary in the US, right? Or it just like the way it lingers in your mouth, I kind of dislike. But on the other hand, if you know that like Chinese chicken salad, like salad dressing that uses like peanut butter, um, I don't remember what the exact recipe is, but like that's very good. And I like that kind of like peanut dressing type stuff. And likewise, I'm fine with peanut butter, like like just as a snack with like a banana. Like if you just slice a banana and put like peanut butter on it. So I would say situational. I guess that'd be my answer. Also, I'm dropping a fuck ton of frames. Um, maybe let's kill Turbo Boost Switcher. That's so weird because if I use like a stress test, then um, it runs fine. Okay, well, how about this? Let's get rid of all the crap. Get rid of fan control and monitoring and all that crap. Let's just have OBS by itself open, nothing else. Okay, maybe the Logitech app because I need the camera. Just we'll just let it run. And at some point, it should get so hot that the fans start like whirring like there's no tomorrow. So let's get rid of all the third-party crap and just see. Like, will default behavior save us? I don't care how loud it is. Um, well, please just do it. Well, that seems to be doing something. Let's see if that's necessarily a permanent solution. But yeah, maybe the solution was just don't mess with it. Just accept that it's a fucking noisy laptop, and maybe I just maybe I was just doing more, adding more problems than I was solving, right? Which I think is a fair, like it's, don't break it if or don't fix it if it ain't broken, right? So maybe me trying to fix it maybe made things worse. I don't know. I think that's entirely possible. Um, no, never mind. Now it's throttling. Uh, so let's give it enough time for the fan to rev up, and then we'll see if it actually still continues to throttle it. Because I would consider it to be not working before, right? Because it couldn't run OBS while streaming so for a sustained period of time at full tilt. So if oh yeah, there's the fan. So if it can do it now, even being super noisy, then I feel like that's already a win. Um, so we'll see. Let's let the fan rev up as it tries to not throttle. Also, remember someone like modded their MacBook by like punching holes into the base to get more airflow. I suppose that's another low cost solution. Could do that. You know, let's let it run first. Well, how about one last thing? Um, settings, advanced, or what is it? Maybe general? Um, how do I set the priority? Let's see. What is under advanced? Maybe is it not enabled on macOS? Let's see. I know it's in here somewhere. I do wonder if maybe it's a process priority issue. Um, so I'm gonna actually stop the screen and then restart it in a sec once I change that.